What's good, y'all? It is your boy Brian, and I am back up in here for another podcast. This is what is it? Episode 18. I named it Hiatus. Y'all thought I was gone? I just took a little break real quick. I was gonna come back, It's not like I was gonna come back. I just needed to take a little break. Nothing too big. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good Monday. Hopefully y'all's weekend was good. You got to do everything you needed to do. So, let's just get into it. All right. First topic. Kanye West's Sunday service. I've been seeing it all over Instagram, all over Facebook, and everything like that. In a sort of way, I have like this sort of like love-hate relationship with Kanye because, on one hand, Kanye did all that stuff with Donald Trump and everything like that. Finessed his way to the White House and everything like that, and like now he's on this gospel wave, and he's just pretty much got a choir, and they're taking R&B songs and rap songs and turning them into gospel songs. I enjoy them. I truly get the message within them, but a part of me is kind of like, yo, is this genuine, or is this him trying to like draw in black people again? And for the most part, I haven't seen it to be anything other than, yeah, he's actually on this wave, and it's actually him genuinely being like, hey, like my head is in a different space, and I find happiness in turning all of these songs of the secular world into gospel messages that y'all can like, take and like listen to and grab a whole message from it. See, when he does these Sunday services, and he gets the choir to like sing and everything like that, it's not just, oh, they sing the song and that's it. Bro, he has a whole pastor with him when he's doing this. So it's just kind of like he's trying to like draw in those people who aren't, not even just like Christian or anything like that. Even if you don't believe in a religion, like spiritual. You're crazy if you don't believe in spirits, crazy if you don't believe in a certain type of like energy. And I feel like that's what he's trying to bring to it. He's trying to bring like a certain type of like energy, getting people to like love, like get that love energy up, I truly do believe he has changed since the times of like, Trump. It's some people, it's going to take forever for them to like forgive him and everything like that. I think maybe the thing that we, as not just black people, but people in general, forget about Kanye West is that his soul is hurting. His soul is hurting, and, I hate to like use mental disability as a crutch, because the media makes mental health a crutch like every single chance they get. But you have to remember, this guy is not all the way in the right mind, One moment he's one way, and then the next moment, he's on another wave, I'm just hoping that, everything is well with him and he can make a continue to transition into something of the positive instead of us hearing about the negative, you know. Yeah, like that's how I feel on that. I just hope he get, he find. I hope he uses this as a good gateway to point him in the steps of the right direction. All right, what's next, man? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. Okay, so concerning like no, you know what? I think I'll get on like I don't know. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about power just a little bit. I won't spend like a whole damn episode on it. But man, listen. This last episode of Power, man, let me tell you something. Ghost is he's officially crazy, y'all. He is officially a loose chicken running around, a loose headless chicken running around this mug, man. What's her name? That girl that got killed, Angela. Man, she and that man head heavy. He talking to Angela, and Angela ain't even there. Man, and Angela is putting thoughts in his head and everything like that. It's like, man, he really had love for this girl. And then Tariq's stupid self gonna steal drugs from Tommy to give it back to his father's old gang or whatever. So he pretty much was doing business with them. That's stupid. And now Dre is working with the feds. Dre is working with the feds and Ghost now. So neither one of them know which side he really on. I'm pretty sure Dre is on his own side, pulling some new bullshit. He was the reason why I hated the season before this, because he was just doing so much fucked up shit. He's doing so much stupid ass shit, bro. Like, I thought I hated Tariq more. I don't know who I hate more, Tariq or Dre. I hate Tariq because he's stubborn as hell, just like his dad. And I hate Dre just because, like, damn, bro, like, you got a whole daughter and you doing all these fucked up things, man. Like, just to become a boss, and then I'm supposed to have sympathy for you because you got a daughter and you want to protect your daughter all of a sudden, bro. Fuck out of here. Get out of here. Please get out of here. Like, what else is there? Okay, I didn't really give a damn about Tasha and Tommy and Tommy's mom and whatever. That was a snore fest. I don't give a shit about that. Ghost is still as self-centered as he was. Tasha. Did I say Tasha? What's her name? Ghost's ex. I don't know why I forgot her name all of a sudden. Ghost's ex. Ghost's ex. So she has a new bae now, which is so stupid because it's like they abruptly brought this nigga in here, like seriously, they abruptly brought this dude up in here, like, so it was just so quick. I'm like, how am I supposed to like follow this? He's just randomly in there now, like, and now of course Ghost is threatened by her new bae and everything like that, and I'm just kind of like, damn, they're moving way too fast with this shit. Like, seriously, they're moving way too fast with this, you know. I don't know. Oh yeah, of course, Ghost has a second attempt at trying to kill Tommy. When he drives an SUV into an ambulance that they were using to get out of, I guess there was like I guess ghosts found a way to like say that there was a gas leak so nobody could get in or get out. So Tommy was trying to get his shipment out, and pretty much they just thought of getting a ambulance. I don't know if that was they already had that somewhere or anything like that, but they got the ambulance. Him and his one of his henchmen driving in the ambulance. Ghost pretty much sees them leaving in an ambulance, and he runs to like I don't know if it's like a SUV or something like that. He gets in the SUV and he's driving fast. And at this point, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now I get it. He's about to try to crash into him and then commence to shooting him, which is what happens. He crashes into the ambulance while Tommy is driving it, and he commences to shooting, and they duck. And the passenger, one of his Tommy's henchmen, starts shooting back at Ghost, and they're somehow able to get out of the ambulance and run the hell off. So you can tell that there is no love loss between Tommy and Ghost, and of course with all of that, my bad. Of course with all of that, and of course, like I said, what is it called? Ghost X, I think it's Tasha. Yeah, Tasha has her new bae. Of course, she took money from Councilman Tate to build, open a daycare, of course, because Ghost ain't giving her no money, of course. So now she has a daycare, and she meets this new guy, and of course, they hit it off and everything like that. And I'm just kind of like, it's so fast. And I just realized now that I meant to say Lakeisha, Tommy and Tommy's mom. That was what I didn't care for. But, yeah, I just felt like the development of Tasha having a new man in her life it's just too fast. The development is like way too fast. Like already, she's already moving forward into like bumping the skins with some tall, dark Idris Elba looking motherfucker. Like already, come on now, like come on. But anyways, man, let me move on. Overall, it was a good episode. Wasn't bad. Okay, moving on. Trying to keep up with television. Wu-Tang has a new biopic television show called Wu: An American Saga. If you will, check this out. There's been so many like stories and things of that nature. Of course, there's been a documentary about the Wu-Tang Clan, but this is actually pretty damn good, if I might say so myself. It's a story of how, the Wu-Tang Clan assembled and how they rose out of Staten Island, New York, from their projects, their hood and everything like that. Star-studded cast: Shamik Moore, Dave East, Joey Badass, just to name a few. It's a real crazy origin story. Of course, with, RZA and RZA's brother, dealing drugs and everything like that. And they all dealing drugs from different parts of Staten Island. It's so crazy. It's a really good watch. Like, you really have to pay attention or you will, like, literally miss key parts of that show. So I would definitely recommend some of y'all, if you're into that type of, like, television show. They said, Wu-Tang said, forget a biopic movie. We gonna make a biopic television show and put it on Hulu. It's fire. Check it out. So like, there's like a meme that there's like this meme that's been going around about like black Air Force Ones, and I was wondering, I'm like, what what is the meme about? Like, black Air Force Ones. I don't get it. Like, what is that about? Turns out black Air Force Ones are, for crackheads, people who like wash dishes at a restaurant, or like people who steal. So for some reason, that's like a new trending joke. How the hell do people come up with this shit? Like, how do people say, okay, hey, like, I'm on the internet all the time, and then this becomes a trend? Like, how do you know something is gonna become a trend on the internet? How does somebody make something a trend on the internet? It's so crazy. And I feel like some of these people work for the internet, aka they probably work for the government. Maybe, I don't know, but I think some people who work in the NSA work on the internet, and they make things trend. I don't necessarily think it's those people who make memes. I feel like it's the government somehow. They know how to turn things and make things into popular trends and things like that. And I'm just kind of like, how does that even work? How do they do that? Maybe it's somebody within some of these like social networks like Twitter and Instagram and everything like that somebody sends something to, and they all of a sudden make it pop on these social media sites, or these blogs, or these websites. It's so crazy. Like, I wish I knew how to do that. Cause then I could make things trend. But hey, some people got it better than others, So I mean, hey. Okay, what else? Okay, now this is funny. I think this is very, very funny. Popeyes, after all that chicken sandwich fiasco bull that they had everybody parading to each and every one of their locations just to fight somebody, just to get a sandwich. It's really been crazy. Even going as far as somebody pulling a gun on an employee for a chicken sandwich. That's how crazy it has gotten. Popeyes ain't making no more chicken sandwiches. Let's just make that clear already. Popeyes ain't making no more chicken sandwiches. I think they're done making chicken sandwiches. So what do? Instead of trying to re-up and trying to like get more patties so all of these stores can get the chicken sandwich, which, by the way, I think there are still locations where you can get the chicken sandwich. It's just, you just have to know where to look, honestly. Because here in Houston, not every single location is sold out of the chicken sandwich. I feel like there are still some locations in Houston that literally have the chicken sandwich. You just got to find it. It's just like an Easter egg hunt. But Popeyes now has this thing where they have this BYOB, where they got these chicken strips, and basically you can bring your own bun and put the chicken strips on a bun, on a piece of bread or whatever, and that's a chicken sandwich. No, Popeyes, that's not a chicken sandwich. That's y'all trying to that's y'all trying to cut down on y'all revenue. That's what that is. That's what the hell that is. How the hell you gonna cut down on y'all revenue by doing some old petty dumb? I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke or what. Talking about bring your own bread, bring your own bun, whatever. Who the hell wants a chicken some chicken tenders on a piece of bread they brought in? You might as well just take some money off if I'm gonna buy the chicken tenders and bring my own bread. You might as well cut the price in half for the chicken tenders. Are you serious? Popeyes, really? Are y'all really out of y'all minds? That's got to be the pettiest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's so stupid. That's so dumb. It's really dumb. Popeyes, like, come on now. Do better with yourselves. You know what? Don't do better, because now you giving all these other restaurants a chance to get their chicken sandwich out to the masses. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Wendy's. I went to Wendy's and tried their chicken sandwich, bro. It's a no-brainer. It's so damn delicious. I'm like, what the hell am I worried about Popeye's chicken sandwich for? Go to a Wendy's. Get you one of those chicken sandwiches. Matter of fact, get you some spicy chicken nuggets with that chicken sandwich. And just moist. Your mouth is gonna be moist of flavors. Just, oh my god, it's so delicious. But I digress on Popeyes. You know, I mean, they had a plan. They made their money, and I think this whole Popeyes thing is just about to die down. And that's how I feel about that. Moving on, Antonio Brown's package deal with the New England Patriots. Listen, this whole entire thing with Antonio Brown has been crazy. He went from pulling all these little stunts to get out of his contract with the Raiders, only to go to the Patriots to forget that, oh, hey, now that you signed to the Patriots, you got that $1. $1, excuse me, pardon me. You got that you got that 1 year, however many millions of dollars guaranteed contract, right? And this and now you have to realize, and now what you have to realize now is that you're on America's team. So you're about to be engulfed in a couple of scandals, bro. Because honestly, truthfully, the Patriots are America's team. So if you're on America's team, you about to endure what most, if not all, the star players on America's team are going to go through. Listen, Patriots have scandals. Aaron Hernandez with the murdering somebody. Tom Brady with that Deflategate stuff, deflating footballs, and even their own owner, Robert Kraft, with the salon stuff, with the illegal massage parlor thing going on, massage sexual human trafficking ring or whatever the hell that was. So it's kind of like, that's kind of like New England's welcoming to you. I don't really know the backstory of his accusations, the accusations against him. But that brings me to a point I like to go into. See, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and we were talking about R. Kelly and how all those women, why did they wait so long to do why did they wait so long to pretty much come out and accuse him? I kind of like made my points like this. Well, look at it this way. When a woman, excuse me, when a person accuses a celebrity of sexual misconduct or even beyond sexual misconduct, raping and or whatever have you, sex wise, first of all, if the celebrity is big enough, the celebrity is going to do whatever in their power and hire the best lawyer their money can buy. And what that lawyer is in turn going to do for that big celebrity, I don't even think it really matters how big the celebrity is. But what I'm saying is, celebrities have the power to gain access to the best attorneys, right? The best lawyers, attorneys, right? And in turn, the lawyers do whatever they can to muster up enough to tell the judge in court that, hey, listen, if this person doesn't have any witnesses, if this person doesn't have any real actual proof, it's just he say, she say in this courtroom. So what, better than to waste the judge's time and the jury's time, and we can just close this case right now. You know, that's number one. Number two, celebrities have power. Like I said before, celebrities have power and leverage over an accuser. Just like the thing with Kevin Spacey when he, you know, got got accused by a boy or a man who was a boy at the time for sexual, you know, for something sexual. It's Kevin Spacey. He has power. All these celebrities have power. Like right now, Kevin Hart is being sued by a woman he was in a sex tape with. What is Kevin Hart about to do? Kevin Hart is about to hire the best lawyer possible to clear his name. Number one. Number two, he has power. So whatever that woman says, he's gonna say I this woman was trying to extort me, yada yada yada, this, that, and so forth. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing these any other celebrities gonna try to do. They're gonna discredit and say, oh no, I had nothing to do, I was not there, yada yada yada, that person was trying to push up on me. You know, they're gonna do whatever they can to get themselves out of whatever graveyard that this accuser or person who's accusing them is trying to dig for them, you know? So at the end of the day, it's all about power. And of course, money talks. People sometimes some of these celebrities settle out of court, and you never hear about the celebrities that have settled out of court. Like maybe just Bill Cosby, who settled out of court. So he didn't, you know, so the news wouldn't really have to report on him, you know, and all of these rape charges and everything like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, to me, it's just power. It's just power. It's just pure power. Hollywood is a evil place, and things happen in Hollywood that you'll never know about. You know, all those types of movies like The Matrix, Eyes Wide Shut, those type of movies. Those movies are transparent, and they tell you like through different ways that, hey, Hollywood is evil. You know, I remember when Corey Feldman like outed Hollywood and pretty much I don't know if it was Corey Feldman or Corey Haim. It might be Corey Feldman. He ousted, because I know the other Corey is dead. Rest in peace. He ousted Hollywood and pretty much said that, hey, these Hollywood agents are out here like sexually doing rituals with some of these child actors. You know, when he was a child actor, he experienced some things like just imagine some of the kids that like grew up being child actors on Disney and things like that. Like, you know, we don't even know what the hell happened to half of them. Same thing with Nickelodeon. Like, we don't even know what happened to half of some of these child actors and everything, actors and actresses and everything like that. And it's just like, you know, I'm sure some of them can give you stories about sexual ritual shit that happened. You know, some of them are away from the entertainment industry for that fact, of course, being the sexual things that go on and the evil things and the evil rituals that go on in Hollywood. You know, it's so weird, to be honest with you, that somebody's obsession with becoming famous turns into something even more of a blunder because of, hey, this is Hollywood. You gotta do this to get what you want, which is so weird, you know? Okay. Let me see here. Man, listen. The season right now for video games is just crazy right now because NBA 2K20 is out and Gears of War 5 is out, and pretty much men are pretty much not going to be paying attention to their wives, their girlfriends, their side chicks, whatever you want to call it, their friends, whatever. feel like on one hand, video games can like calm the stress of somebody's mind, and I feel like on another hand, video games can make them a motherfucker crazy. Like if like an Xbox or a PS2 lands in the wrong hands, and they play enough games that are like strategy based games, or like games like GTA or something like that, that a motherfucker could really go out and do what the hell they see on a video game. And I don't know why I just said that, but I don't know. I feel like it had some type of relevance to this topic, as far as like men who are like so much invested in like video games and things like that. Don't get me wrong, I love video games. I've loved them since I was like maybe like 6-7 years old, when I had like a Nintendo. Then when I had like a Nintendo 64, then I went from a Nintendo 64 to a GameCube. I went from a GameCube to a PS2, and I kept a PS2 for a long ass time. I still love PS2s. Then I went to the Xbox 360, and then from the Xbox 360, I went to a Xbox One, and then I have a 360, I have an Xbox One, and I have the original Xbox. So, you know, it's not like I'm obliged to like PlayStation or anything like that, but I mean, even though I grew up with the PS2, I don't know, it's just something about Xbox that has always been like, you know, more mature. PlayStation wasn't always mature. It was just like the controller is so small in your hands compared to like the original Xbox controller is so big in your hands. It's like, that's like adult oriented, and they were like, Xbox was ahead of its time and everything like that. So I mean, I say all that to say, like, don't disconnect from your life because you're so engulfed in a video game. Remember that there's a world around you. You know, remember that you are loved. Remember that you can go outside for fresh air. Remember that you have a job. Remember that you have bills you have to pay. Just don't neglect life because you want to play video games. Is all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to preach to none of y'all. I'm just saying, don't forget about life, because everything is made to be a distraction for us. From your cell phone to your television to the music you listen to just about, there are a lot of things that can distract you. You just got to know how to control those distractions. Okay. God, I don't know if I want to talk about that. Let's talk about this Felicity Huffman sentenced to 14 days in prison thing. Listen, what I want to say is, and I'm probably gonna, be scolded for this or whatever, but screw it. White privilege does not take a holiday. White privilege does not take a break, like, at all. If you would have told me, I guessed that she would have been in jail for like 10 days or something like that. Y'all making this a big story. Yeah, she cheated, of course. But see, when you're famous and you're white, when you're famous and you're white, the breaking the rules, like punishments don't really apply to them. Is what it seems like. Punishments don't really apply to them. 14 days in jail. Y'all could have kept this story. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You really could have just kept this story. Oh my gosh, she paid somebody. She paid to get her child into the best school. You know how many years things like that have been going on. All these people all these people with money and with money and power and privilege packaged together that live in very big houses and drive nice cars and things of that nature want most of their kids to go to school, go to college. Some of them are not cut out for college, but some of them are forced to go to college. And this is one example of that. A mother who has privilege, who has power, who has money, doing whatever she can to get her child to a prestigious college so she can go around her friends, she can go around her entourage of people who are smug and don't give a damn about the small stuff, and say, "Oh yes, my daughter got into Harvard." But you didn't tell them how your daughter got into Harvard, or my daughter got into Brown or Yale or whatever prestigious school it may be. But you don't tell them how your child got into that school. Like I said, the media could have kept this story. 14 days in jail. Meanwhile, there's a black woman in Ohio who got thrown in jail for 10 days for just not putting the right address, for putting a different address on her child's registration. Like, come on, man. This is absolutely stupid. This is absolutely probably got to be the dumbest news story I have ever witnessed America throw in our face and tell us to be interested about. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Like we don't know that this happens already. Like, okay, yeah, we're so dumb. We don't know that rich people, not even just white people, rich people pay their children's way into education without there being any type of work ethic. Meanwhile, there's somebody who's been rejected from at least 3 schools that they applied to go to, and she's over here paying for her child, paying somebody to take the SATs for her child so she can easily get into a school. Like, wow. And I'm supposed to care, and I'm supposed to care about her I'm supposed to care about 14 days. Come on, man, get out of my face with that. Get out of my face with that. I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is the NCAA paying players for their likeness. College athletes being able to be paid for their likeness. So like you know how NCAA used to have like football games and basketball games. Well, one college athlete actually sued the NCAA for their likeness being in the game. As you know, most of these like top college football players, college basketball players, their motions and likenesses are used in these video games. So, and they don't even see any type of like cut of that. That's one thing. And also jersey sales. These colleges spend a grip selling jerseys between the colleges and the coaches. They're all the ones making the millions. Have you seen how much money Nick Saban makes? Man, let me look this up real quick because I'm down on time, but let's see how much Nick Saban as a football coach makes. Let's see how much he's worth. His salary. Let's look at this. He's worth $45 million. at Alabama. Now, that doesn't sound like it's too far off from what his legacy is at Alabama. But while he's making $45 million, he's got a slew of college football players who are broke, who got to get small time jobs and everything like that, and you making $45 million drawing up a football play. That's not right, man. That's not right at all. I remember Jalen Rose saying something about, like, when he was with the Fab Five, they weren't making any money either. Michigan was making all the money. Michigan was making all the revenue and money from jerseys and shoes and everything like that. And Jalen Rose was, when the season was over with, he was going back to his hood. He was back in his hood. He was back at his mama's house. And then when the season would start, he'd be back at college. And it's just so crazy. And then I see Tim Tebow talking about, it's against everything that college football stands for players to be getting paid for this, that, and the third. And it's just kind of like, bruh, I would expect players who are privileged and getting their name and lights and everything handed to them on a silver platter to understand that, hey, some of these black athletes who are broke, some of these black athletes who are top stars are broke, and they need this. Like, come on now. Everybody don't make it to the NFL. As that show, what is the name? Last Chance U shows, everybody don't make it to the NFL. Everybody has to go through something. You know, everybody isn't making it to the NBA. Everybody isn't making it to the NFL. You know? But I mean, hey, everybody has their own opinion, and that's just mine. Listen, I should be back with another podcast, maybe on maybe Friday. And then I'll probably have one after that, maybe, of course, Monday, because I always do my podcast on Monday. Listen, if you enjoyed the podcast, spread this like wildfire, please, because I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for notoriety. I want people to know about this podcast. This podcast was a little bit all around everywhere. I knew I was going to be all around the place with it, and I would be ranting a little bit. But all in all, I think I stretched and proved some points. So, yeah. Listen, y'all take it easy. Keep love. Keep some happiness in your heart, because it could just be way worse than however your life is going right now. So, y'all take it easy, man.